stray shower or pop-up thunderstorm. Most of us, though, will stay dry. That'll be the story for the rest of the week. By the weekend, we get a little bit cooler. High temperatures only in the low 80s heading into the upcoming weekend. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Don't miss the boat. Don't miss the boat, baby. Shop LKN Local for the best lake apparel, home decor, and gift ideas. Locally loved, made, and delivered right to your door. For the love of the lake, shop lkn-local.com today.
Busy? Tired? Not into big gyms? Try 20 minutes twice a week at The Exercise Coach. Private, tech-driven workouts tailored for you. Across from Birkdale Village, serving the 50-plus community for over 5 years. Sign up for 2 free sessions at exercisecoach.com/Huntersville today.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
Good morning and welcome to Heart Mooresville, your small town radio show with a big heart. I'm your host, Christine Patterson. I'm bringing you all the Mooresville news and happenings. And please welcome back, by popular demand, guest co-host, Alyssa Anderson. Roar, the crowd goes wild. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, glad to be back.
I call them guest co-hosts, but really, Amy and Alyssa aren't really guests anymore. They've been on the show now like every other week, but we thank you for filling in. Experience and engagement marketing manager, this one is. She is communicating to the public and doing all those fun ads and videos and all the things that you see as we communicate our events to the public for the experience and engagement department. We also have a special guest with us today that we're going to talk to shortly, Mr. Bill Lyons, founder and chief fun officer of SportX NC.
Sounds so official.
Oh,
Right? That is an awesome title. And we're going to get into all about why you are the chief fun officer in a little bit. But before we do, we like to keep our listeners informed with all the things happening for our In the News segment. Okay, so school has started back. Mooresville Graded School District is sharing some bus safety concerns as the new school year begins. So the buses are back on the road. You've seen the buses.
Yes.
I know when school starts back, like traffic comes back. There's heavy
It's a very drastic
traveling.
difference.
It really is, especially in Mooresville.
Yeah.
Like you go all summer long and, you know, the roads are nice. You have like this very short commute to work and then August comes and you're waiting in stoplights for an hour again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But buses are something that we definitely want to pay attention to. Mooresville Graded School District, they're reminding drivers to stop when buses have engaged their red lights and that stop arm is out. So just in the first 5 days of school, there's been 19 stop arm violations. So drivers, make sure that you're looking out for these school buses, that you are stopping, especially when that bus stops. It is not okay to pass a school bus. We want to make sure that we're all being safe and that, you know, these children are safe as they're onboarding that bus and going to school. The school district is considering adding some sort of civil penalties for violators, and they're also reporting any violations to law enforcement. So they're really trying to crack down and make sure that, you know, we're keeping children safe as much as possible while they're, you know, riding the bus. The number one goal they said for this year is for buses to be on time to school, safe, and they're hoping that you know, they're going to achieve that. They're tweaking schedules. So, you know, you may see buses come at a little bit different time for those first few weeks of school as they continue to get things worked out. They are encouraging parents especially to download the Here Comes the Bus app so you can be alerted, you know, when the child's bus is nearby so they don't have to, you know, wait outside for so long. They've installed a new GPS system on buses to ensure that the app is working more accurately this year. There's also several other safety measures that they've taken and put into place. They are hiring traffic control personnel, especially for Selma Burke Middle School on Highway 115 until that new traffic light's installed. And then they also are having traffic control personnel throughout the other schools. So stay safe out there. Make sure to look out for those buses. Also want to give a shout out to a local Pine Lake Prep student who just won a trip to Yellowstone National Park.
Exciting.
I know, right? I would love to go to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Yes. So congratulations, Zadie from Pine Lake Prep. Zadie spent the last few days of summer on America's field trip to Yellowstone, which is part of the America 250 celebration.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were doing this. This
Yeah.
is so cool. So she got to share this experience with a group of students from around the country. They all submitted winning entries for an essay that answers the question, "What does America mean to you?" So Zadie's essay was actually entitled, "America is more than a place, it's a promise." Her essay really told the story of her father, who grew up in Spain and came to America for new opportunities. And Zadie says to her, America is not just about where you're from, it's about how we come together to create something even greater.
How sweet.
I love that.
That's awesome.
I know. And she's obviously very, very intuitive. She's a fifth grader. And America 250, obviously, is the National Congressional Commission that leading the U.S. semi-quincentennial.
Another one to learn.
I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Semi-quincentennial.
Semi-quincentennial.
So Mooresville celebrated their sesquicentennial, and now, a couple of years ago, our 150th anniversary, and now America will be celebrating their semi-quincentennial celebration, America's 250th birthday, and thousands of students, grades 3 through 12, from all 50 states, 5 U.S. territories, and the District of Columbia answered that question, "What does America mean to you?" Through writing their original work and artwork, and 75 first-place awardees were invited to go on that once-in-a-lifetime trip to Yellowstone National Park. So congrats, Zadie. All right, so we've talked about the Full Bloom Film Festival in Statesville that happens every year. I'm so excited about this happening. It's coming up in a couple weeks, September 11th through 13th. They've actually, the Iredell Arts Council is kind of tacking on, and they're doing an exclusive exhibition and competition on Wednesday, August 20th. So it's coming up tomorrow, celebrating film in visual arts. So kind of in celebration of the Full Bloom Film Festival. So the exhibition will be held from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the Iredell Arts Council, which is located in Statesville at 203 South Meeting Street. It's a collaboration with that Full Bloom Film Festival and Speedball Art, and it's free and open to the public. And it's really going to highlight the intersection of the two art forms, film and visual art. It's called Celebrating Film and Visual Arts. And it's inviting you to come and kind of capture that spirit through paintings, drawings, mixed media works inspired by the magic of on-screen. The evening will feature a juried exhibition, community reception, and announcement of award winners and prizes, which is sponsored by the Iredell Arts Council and Speedball Art. So go out, enjoy that. That's August 20th. And then you can also enjoy the Full Bloom Film Festival, which is September 11th through 13th. And that's at various locations throughout Statesville. It's kind of spread out. They have tons of things going on.
It seems like it's going to be a great couple
screenings and after parties and red carpet receptions. They've really they've put on a great event, and you can always find more about that and the art exhibition at IredellArtsCouncil.org. Okay, last thing I want to let everyone know about. So there was a big topic of discussion in Mooresville over the last couple of months for the data center. Well, Mooresville, there was a data center company that was looking to build in Mooresville. Well, now Mooresville actually, residents were able to speak up. Our town board looked into it, decided it wasn't for us and we weren't going to pass it. So they withdrew the application. Well, now a different company is looking at a data center in Statesville that's proposed off Stamey Road, Farm Road. And residents are kind of sharing some similar concerns about how that would affect the environment, noise levels, all of those things. What effects might it have on the neighborhood? So it's Compass Data Centers. Said the location near Duke Energy Substation was part of the reason that they selected that location. So I think Statesville is going to be having some similar questions.
Yeah.
All right. Well, more with Heart Mooresville. We're going to be back after the break. We're going to talk to Bill Lyons. We'll be right back here on Heart Mooresville.
Stick around. More Heart Mooresville with host Christine Patterson and Don Smile is coming up on WSIC. Local starts here.
We'll stay warm for our Tuesday. We'll call it partly cloudy. Temperatures warm up into the upper 80s, near the 90-degree mark for the afternoon. Still, once again, mainly dry for our Tuesday afternoon. Just the low chance of a stray shower or pop-up thunderstorm. Most of us, though, will stay dry. That'll be the story for the rest of the week. By the weekend, we get a little bit cooler. High temperatures only in the low 80s heading into the upcoming weekend. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The 500 Club in Statesville presents the Thirsty Thursday Tournament on August 21st. The tournament begins at 5:30 p.m. Call 704-872-9990 for more information on their Thursday tournaments, the Victory Lane Sports Bar and Grill, tea times, and memberships for the 500 Club. The Mooresville Entertainment District is back on Saturday night with a packed lineup of musicians and fun. Enjoy downtown beginning at 6 p.m. with Sell Your Soul Records, spinning a variety of classic vinyl. Follow that up with live performances at 704 Hemp, On Tap, High Branch Brewing, 158 on Main, 202 North Main, Myrto Maid Distillery, and more. Park once, walk downtown, and enjoy the Mooresville Entertainment District all Saturday night. See the top riders from the Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship on Saturday, September 6th, as they compete on a custom-built course at ZMAX Dragway. The playoff opener features a two-moto format for the 450cc class and 250cc class, promising plenty of drama and excitement from the moment the gates drop. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets, a track map, and information on other 2025 events. Mark your calendars. Green Jeans Consignment returns to Concord September 9th to 14th at 601 Milestone Venue. Shop boutique finds, consign your closet, and feel beautiful on a budget. Details at greenjeansale.com. Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Then 110. Upscale and elegant, but never pretentious. Over 500 whiskeys, 100 wines, craft cocktails, and crave-worthy small bites. Live music plus monthly comedy nights and tastings. Post your next event at Then 110, located at 19712 1 Norman Boulevard in Cornelius.
All things Mooresville to keep you in the Noseville. Join in the conversation by calling 844-STUDIO-4. Now, back to the show.
All right, we're back with Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News, and we've got a special guest, Mr. Bill Lyons, founder and chief fun officer for SportX North Carolina.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, I know we've been wanting to get you on the show for a while because you have a pretty cool project going on.
We've got what I consider to be a spectacular project going on out on Mazeppa Road. We're getting ready to build 16 pickleball fields, 10 cornhole lanes, a jelly ball area, a gathering area, a beautiful clubhouse, and we just keep trying to make it stop raining.
The rain dances haven't worked.
I guess we were doing rain dances, not anti-rain dances,
right,
so
right.
Yeah.
we're not really sure what happened.
Okay.
Weather been holding you back a little bit there.
Well, every time we get started, it rains for about 3 days. That puts us back 8 days. So we just keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Now you said a word, and
Jelly ball.
yes.
Yeah.
No, you're going to have to expand on that.
Well, I always start with pickleball because everybody knows what it is and everybody's anxious for us to build it.
Mhm.
Cornhole is a lot bigger sport than I ever imagined. On ESPN, there are clubs throughout the area that don't have any place to play in the Lake Norman vicinity. And then there's jelly ball.
What is jelly ball?
A number of years ago, I was doing some consulting work for the NXL, which is the national sanctioning body for paintball. And I saw this little area where the little kids were all going crazy. The paintball parents developed this paintball-like game where kids shoot these little water balls.
Like an Orby.
It's like an Orby.
Okay.
Oh.
And I could shoot. We're sitting at a table that's about 4.5 feet across. I could shoot you from here, and while it would sting, it wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
And they developed it for their kids.
Yeah.
And then adults figured it out.
Decided.
And now the biggest growth area is bachelor and bachelorette parties.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
That's crazy. That
it's
sounds
just
fun,
nuts.
though.
It
Yeah.
is crazy fun.
Yeah.
Because paintball hurts,
Paintball hurts.
but a jelly ball
Yeah.
sounds like it would be
I could do
just the
a
right
jelly
amount
ball.
of like stress relief.
It's
Yeah.
and you know that guy or gal that you've decided you don't like and you have a picture of,
Oh.
you can put it up on one of the obstacles in
Yeah.
the course
Interesting.
and go after them.
Yeah.
It actually is an incredibly fun game. It's funny because one of the things that we talked about earlier is how fast a show goes by.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When you play Jelly Ball for an hour, it feels like about 10 minutes.
Wow.
It's just that, it's
Yeah.
just exciting.
Is it
Time
I was
flies.
gonna say, is it like the same concept where you're running around and everything still?
We will have a field that's enclosed by an inflatable screen.
Okay.
It's roughly 60 by 35. And there's different
Like
inflatable
obstacles.
bunkers
Mhm,
in it, just
mhm.
like paintball. You can also do it out in the open areas,
Yeah.
but I prefer that we don't have pickleball players and cornhole players getting shot by the jelly ball people. So we're going
No.
to try and keep it all separate.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing, and I've been interested in this for a while. That's why we wanted you to come on the show and talk about it. But I mean, you've had a 35-year career in sports and entertainment. What was part of that journey that led to creating SportX?
All of it. I'm 70 years old almost. And in my 45 years of really active work, one of the things that I did was figure out that I really liked sports and the athletes involved in sports. So when I was in college, I played ball for New Mexico State, played basketball, and very quickly found out that I was the 11th guy on an 11-man team. And if they'd had 80 people on the team, I'd have been the 80th guy. I was brought in because I could play defense and they wanted somebody to go up against all the time. But what I learned was that athletes and their lifestyle is very much healthy. I got involved with the entertainment business while I was there and promoted concerts with a wonderful woman who had a company called Mother Hubbard Productions. She did every concert that went through New Mexico State University and got to know entertainers and discovered with entertainers, they have kind of the same mentality as an athlete in that their performance is all they care about. So expand that into growing up in the cabinet industry where I learned how to work with my hands and how I learned about detail. And as you guys know, in the entertainment business and in the engagement business and in the events business, it's all about details.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Every single little tiny thing. So I learned that. I spent 25 years in NASCAR entertaining people at racetracks, anywhere from 200 to 500 people at a time. Before that, I managed professional athletes. So I got to know those people. While I was involved with that, I was involved in the restaurant business, which I will never go back to. That was
Although everyone should, I think it should be a requirement for everyone
For
to
life.
at some point
be a server at
because
some point.
everybody always says, we should own a restaurant.
Yeah,
Here's what I'll tell you.
It's humbling.
Don't.
Yeah.
yeah. Not
It's-
as easy as it looks.
It's a particular type of person that can do it. And I admire those people and their patience and their ability to let something slide. You can't do it with the food, but you can do it with how things kind of go in a restaurant. And the servers, they get grief from customers all the time. And I agree.
Yeah.
Everybody should have to spend 3 months as a server
Yes.
just
yes.
to understand.
You've got some culinary and hospitality graduates here,
Yeah.
Right.
majors
It's-
at this table, so we feel you on that.
Yeah.
it's amazing to me because all of these things that I've done over the years, I mean, at some point I even owned a lumberyard. Don't ask. All of it taught me how to deal with people and taught me, as my father had always said to me, what people want and what people need is not necessarily what they're going to say they want or need. Pay attention to their actions. because actions always speak louder than words. And I've kind of tried to live by that because when you are doing an event and somebody has a problem, it's not that there's a problem that exists, it's how you address that problem, how fast you make that problem fun, silly, and gone.
Yeah.
We have a tagline at SportX, it's fun, well done. What we're trying to encourage everybody to do is to have fun. As I have said repeatedly to people in my job description, the first line in it is, if you can't smile all day, don't apply. Because we're there to have fun.
Yeah.
We're there to have fun. Because if we're having fun as the people, the guests are more inclined to have fun. And we're going to treat every day at SportX as though it's an event day for somebody.
Yeah.
Because if we treat every single player, every single person who comes in and wants to order a beer or a soda pop, if we treat all these people as though they're an event guest, then they're going to have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if we pay attention to all of the details of the facility, we will be a best-in-class facility. That includes things as silly as edging the sidewalks, mowing the grass, having everything clean. We're going to employ young people, and we're calling them our hooligans. Because our hooligans are going to be responsible for making sure that all of our guests are getting whatever they need whenever they need it. And making sure that if somebody puts a bottle down and it rolls away, the bottle gets put in the trash. Everything that we do is going to be designed toward keeping it as a best-in-class facility. If we do that, very similarly to how Parks and Recreation has done in Mooresville, we'll do fine.
Yeah. I love the concept, and I love the approach that you've taken to that, and fun, well done. It's just I love it, and it's different, and you don't always see that, especially today with customer service, and that's something that's important to us as well. And I think it's a great fit for Mooresville, especially right now. How did you choose Mooresville for the location?
I live in Mooresville and have been here for 25 years. And I used to drive out Mazeppa Road just because. Penske was out there, Kyle's shop was out there, and I kept seeing this piece of property as I was driving out there. And I said, something's got to go in there. Something fun should be there. And at some point, when I was working with the paintball guys, I decided that I was going to open a paintball field. Because of pickleball's incredible growth, we decided to go there. Mm-hmm. That said, I've tried to buy that piece of property from the CVB of Mooresville for 3 years. It took me 3 years. I looked at 50 other pieces of land. I made an offer on one, but I always came back to that piece of property because it's right there on the road to all of Parks and Rec's big areas. The Malibu beach volleyball people are there. Trackhouse racing is farther out. The tours that go to Spire and Penske drive right by it. So I started doing some silly marketing research, and I found out that over 10,000 cars a day travel on that road.
It's a great spot.
And I figured out that I was going to go to that property if it killed me. So I started talking to everybody at CVB.
Yeah.
And Grant and I started really communicating hard about it, the chairman at that point. And we finally got it. So we made a deal. And then it took forever to close on the property. And as soon as we closed, I had the plans already drawn. We now know exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. Roads are cut in. Everything is getting ready to go.
Yeah.
And we finally feel like we're close.
Oh,
So that is how we got there.
Well, I know it's been a labor of love for you, and I'm so excited that it's finally here, and people will get to enjoy it soon. All right, we're talking with Bill Lyons of SportX North Carolina. We're going to be back right after the break here on iHeart Mooresville on WSIC News.
As local as Mooresville. Christine Patterson and Don Smile host iHeart Mooresville on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
We'll stay warm for our Tuesday. We'll call it partly cloudy. Temperatures warm up into the upper 80s, near the 90-degree mark for the afternoon. Still, once again, mainly dry for our Tuesday afternoon. Just the low chance of a stray shower or pop-up thunderstorm. Most of us, though, will stay dry. That'll be the story for the rest of the week. By the weekend, we get a little bit cooler. High temperatures only in the low 80s heading into the upcoming weekend. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Have you taken the Desco Challenge? Desco is where the professional goes for electrical supplies.
My name is Ashley. I just redid the lighting in my home, and the customer experience at Desco was second to none.
See for yourself at DescoInc.com.
Harrison's is the home of Work Western, and wow! For nearly 30 years, our family has been boots on the ground when it comes to work. We have the largest selection of in-stock boots in the Carolinas and the best workwear brands like Harriet, Carhartt, and Wrangler. Find us on Norman Station Boulevard in Mooresville.
Inspire your team and gallop to greatness. Our horses at Willow Equine are outstanding at working with people on leadership and team building skills, perfect for corporate retreats. Visit willowequine.com as you gallop to greatness.
I'll be honest, I wanted to be a diva. Why feel guilty? Let me help you be a diva for a few hours a week. Yes, I'm Andrea, owner of Spotless Cleaning. Our guarantee? It is very special. If you're unhappy, we'll do it again. Still unhappy? Your fee is donated to a charity of your choice. The Docinho de Coco Guarantee. To honor my grandparents, who taught me both a spotless house and time to live life big are important. Spotless Cleaning and Seed.com.
Swing for Hope at the Next Chapter Station Golf Classic on September 22nd at the 500 Club in Statesville to help bring hope and comfort to children fighting cancer. Your support helps us deliver the book Luke and the Lost Bell to 1,000 hospitals. Register, sponsor, donate at nextchapterstation.org.
Hey folks, you know Randy Marion is the king of price when it comes to buying a new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, but how about king of price when it comes to the service department? Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville, Randy Marion Ford Lincoln in Statesville has you covered on tires, brakes, batteries, wipers, you name it. Any service you need on your vehicle, regardless of the make or model, come see Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville Service Department or Randy Marion Ford Lincoln Service Department today.
Locally owned, community and faith driven, Varsity Zone HVAC of Mooresville is your hometown team. Licensed experts who live where you live. From comfort to care, we've got you covered around the lake and beyond. Visit varsityzone.com and stay cool, Lake Norman.
Welcome to a Bible Minute with Pastor Randy Mitchell from Temple Baptist Church in Statesville.
The Bible says in 1 John chapter 2, verse number 15, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him." Folks, when God talks about loving the world is not just the breaking of the Ten Commandments. The world is a system, and the worldly system is orchestrated by Satan. It feeds off of our fleshly, sinful nature, and it's everything about us that wants to influence us and affect our life toward things that dishonor God. The next verse talks about the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life. These are all the things, the categories of the love of the world. But obviously, a relationship with God is a love relationship. We have to make a choice. You can love the world or you can love God, but you can't do both.
Thanks for listening to a Bible Minute with Pastor Randy Mitchell here on WSIC.
Number one for talk in Lake Norman, Statesville.
105.9, 100.7, WSIC.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The nation's biggest owner of television stations is going to get quite a bit bigger still. Nexstar Media, which owns nearly 200 stations across the country, has struck a deal to buy Tegna for $3.5 billion cash. Tegna owns nearly 70 TV stations, and once folded into Nexstar, one company will have local TV stations reaching 80% of the population. All this pending regulatory approval. Nike and Foot Locker are back in business together again. Nike heavily pulled back from Foot Locker under its previous CEO so it could focus on its own retail channels. But now under a different Nike boss, the two companies are mending ties. Nike products once accounted for roughly 3 of every 4 of Foot Locker's total purchases, but that number dropped to a little over half in 2022. Wall Street's index is splitting it. Dow up 0.5%. It's in record high territory. NASDAQ losing 1%, S&P down 0.25%. Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Radio.
The button pushing stops here.
WSIC. Local starts here.
All things Mooresville to keep you in the Noseville. Join in the conversation by calling 844-STUDIO-4. Now, back to the show.
All right, we're back with Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News. We're talking with Bill Lyons, founder and chief fun officer for SportX NC. They've got a wonderful facility going in off Mazeppa Road. I want to dig into some of the features that this facility will have. So you kind of gave an overview of them, but 16 pickleball courts.
Yes, we're building 3 batteries of 5 courts that are fenced and dedicated. There's no tennis court paint and basketball court paint. They are pickleball courts exclusively. And we've built them, we've designed them with a lot of room around them so people are comfortable. Most places that we've been to have just steel benches and it's just a place to go play. We want people to come and hang out and really enjoy it. All the benches will have backs on them, which some people don't understand how important that is. But I got to tell you, when you play long enough, you get tired, you want to lean up against something. So 15 courts within that category, and then we'll have 1 stadium court that we'll be able to put bleachers around and have the championship matches in that court.
Now, on behalf of Mooresville, I think everyone wants to say thank you because pickleball has been the top of the conversations when Parks and Recreation about we need more pickleball courts. So I think you're going to be a popular man once this is.
You'll have a book
there.
schedule for sure.
Well, it's interesting because when people start talking about, oh, you'll be full all the time, I start looking at 16 courts, 12 hours, 14 hours a day. I hope I get to be that famous because that would be a lot of fun. We just want to give people the opportunity to play whenever they want to play.
Yeah.
And that's been the hard part in most of these areas. There's just not enough pickleball courts. I think when we put 16 in, we'll probably make it so people can play whenever they want.
Yeah. Wow. That's great.
We're looking forward to it.
And then 10 cornhole lanes.
Well, what we're doing with cornhole, it stunned me when I saw cornhole on ESPN. That's how I became more familiar with it. It was like, wait a minute. I thought this was just a backyard. It's not. It's a serious, serious game. Cornelius has a club with 180 people in it. Concord's got 160 people in it.
Wow.
Just in these private clubs. And there's no place to really play around Lake Norman. Lake Norman Brewery, actually, and I'll shout out to them for doing it for as long as they have, has done it, but no place that has an area dedicated straight to cornhole. We'll have 10 full-time cornhole lanes with the ability to do 40 more. So we can have tournaments of virtually any size, and we'll have weekly and monthly tournaments built into the system. So everybody can come and play, have a beer, drink a glass of wine, have a soda pop.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that we feel very strongly about, being able to support the community.
Yeah. And I know, I want to mention too that obviously this is a great thing for residents and, to be able to utilize, but, you've been working with the Mooresville Convention and Visitor Bureau and, we're, as a board member, we're so thankful too, because obviously this can have an economic impact on our community, bring in tourism. Sports tourism is huge. People come in from out of town to play in these tournaments and stay in our hotels and eat at our restaurants and, contribute to that sales tax. So we appreciate it from that side of things as well.
I think sometimes people forget that when the CVB does a little partnership with a little tournament, that little tournament may have 200 people show up, even if they don't spend the night. They eat in our restaurants, they buy our gas, they go to the grocery stores, they spend money here. And that whole premise is how I feel SportX will operate. We bring people to town because we have a lot of things to play.
Yeah.
It's not just pickleball and cornhole. We've got the jelly ball area that will bring birthday parties and bachelorette parties, all kinds of team building events. When you look at jelly ball, you're talking about being able to play 24 people at a time. That's really
Yeah.
a substantial number when you start rotating people through.
So you will rent the facility for,
We will do private parties. We'll do team building events, corporate events. Our whole goal is to have the community be able to use this as though it's a facility built for them. And the fact of the matter is, it was. We are not part of the Parks and Recreation Group, so we will be charging people to do this. But we're going to keep things reasonably priced. We're going to make it so if somebody wants to have a kid's birthday party with Jelly Ball, it will be affordable. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys currently take kids out to some of the trampoline places and all this stuff.
Oh,
My
I just got
goodness.
a quote on a 4-year-old's birthday party, and we
Oh.
opted for let's play in the park instead.
Yes. Yes.
It's expensive.
And we're trying to make it so that the entire facility is reasonable. It's funny because we will have beer and wine available at the site, but we're not going to have baseball park prices on our stuff. I'm always offended when I go somewhere and they're charging $12 for a beer. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
It's the same beer.
It's the same beer.
Now, that beer and wine is going to be served at the Gather. So
We have two areas that are going to be interesting. The clubhouse is an area that is covered. It's more than anything else, it's a patio that seats 70 or 80 people.
Oh, nice.
We have a little room upstairs that we can have private parties for up to 24 people, but we'll serve beer and wine and soda and snacks, light snacks and stuff in the clubhouse. Over in the gathering area, which will be named the Gather, we'll also serve beer and wine, snacks. It will be an area that you can come and hang out, listen to live music. We'll have bands come in. We'll do things like that. We're also going to run the rest of the games, the X factor of SportX. We'll have different games like outdoor chess, table tennis. We're going to bring in drone racing, which should be more fun than humans should be allowed to have.
Yeah.
Because people are so fascinated by flying drones that, especially in Europe now, it's a huge sport.
What are the rules of engagement for drone racing?
Try not
Tell
to
me
crash
how
your
this
drone.
works.
Do you need an FAA license?
No, because we stay below 1,000 feet.
Okay.
You have different little things that the drones fly through. There's a
Ah.
big
Like a
course out in the
course,
grass,
okay.
and they fly
Fun.
around at speed. And if they hit something, hopefully they don't break things. But the only thing they're going to break is their drones. So
Very
they're
cool.
pretty careful. But it's become a really popular thing, and we're going to be going ahead and ordering some obstacles that'll allow us to have a really spectacular drone area, because we're going to have a huge grassy area over on the property. So everybody can find different things they want to do. We'll probably bring out badminton nets. We'll bring out everything because we want people to hang out and
Yeah.
play.
So you have some flexibility there on
Absolutely.
other things.
We have 3 primary sports, and then we have whatever I can throw out on the grass.
Yeah.
We'll have. There'll be
Giant
covered
Jenga.
areas in the gathering area that allows people to hang out, sun, rain, dark. We'll have all of the courts, all the pickleball courts will be lit. The jelly ball area probably won't be because I'm not big on projectiles and darkness. We do have the ability to have tracing BBs in this stuff. So if we really get pressed hard by somebody, we may be able to do that. But overall, the facility is well lit, very safe, fun, well done. We keep going back to best-in-class facility because it is, in fact, designed for everybody to be able to play a number of different games and enjoy themselves. Because if they're not there having fun, it's not our fault. We're there to provide the opportunity to smile and laugh and carry on.
Well, I love hearing you talk about it. And I think that's one thing, people that are passionate about what they do, usually, I think that matters and that comes through in the final product, when someone's passionate about it. And so I appreciate, the way that you talk about it. And it makes me excited to see this facility.
I could hardly wait to get it going.
Yes.
I mean, every day I wake up and say, please, no rain today.
Yeah, definitely some jelly ball. All right. We'll be right back on Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News.
Stick around. More Heart Mooresville with host Christine Patterson and Don Smile is coming up on WSIC. Local starts here.
We'll stay warm for our Tuesday. We'll call it partly cloudy. Temperatures warm up into the upper 80s, near the 90-degree mark for the afternoon. Still, once again, mainly dry for our Tuesday afternoon. Just the low chance of a stray shower or pop-up thunderstorm. Most of us, though, will stay dry. That'll be the story for the rest of the week. By the weekend, we get a little bit cooler. High temperatures only in the low 80s heading into the upcoming weekend. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The 500 Club in Statesville presents the Thirsty Thursday Tournament on August 21st. The tournament begins at 5:30 p.m. Call 704-872-9990 for more information on their Thursday tournaments, the Victory Lane Sports Bar and Grill, tea times, and memberships for the 500 Club. The Mooresville Entertainment District is back on Saturday night with a packed lineup of musicians and fun. Enjoy downtown beginning at 6 p.m. with Sell Your Soul Records, spinning a variety of classic vinyl. Follow that up with live performances at 704 Hemp, On Tap, High Branch Brewing, 158 on Main, 202 North Main, Myrto Maid Distillery, and more. Park once, walk downtown, and enjoy the Mooresville Entertainment District all Saturday night. See the top riders from the Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship on Saturday, September 6th, as they compete on a custom-built course at ZMAX Dragway. The playoff opener features a two-moto format for the 450cc class and 250cc class, promising plenty of drama and excitement from the moment the gates drop. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets, a track map, and information on other 2025 events. Mark your calendars. Green Jeans Consignment returns to Concord September 9th to 14th at 601 Milestone Venue. Shop boutique finds, consign your closet, and feel beautiful on a budget. Details at greenjeansale.com. Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Call now to speak with iHeart Mooresville hosts Christine Patterson and Don Smile at 844-STUDIO-4. It's iHeart Mooresville on WSIC.
And we're back with iHeart Mooresville here on WSIC News, talking with Bill Lyons, the founder and chief fund officer for SportX NC. Bill, thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure. This has been fun.
Yeah, so much fun. So now if people want to find out more about SportX, where can they go?
We're finally getting to the point where we're ready to start talking about this a lot. So we've gone ahead and put our website up. It's sportxnc.com. That's sportxnc.com. Go there, check it out. We've got contact us. We've got information. The website is still being messed with because we really, I'm insane, so I just keep changing stuff and adding stuff. But there's a contact page. You can sign up for our newsletter. We're doing our newsletter about every 2 or 3 weeks now. We'll get to the point where we're doing a weekly newsletter. The phone numbers are all there. You can leave us a message if you want. That we're not answering phones until probably mid-October. We're trying so hard to get this thing up and running that sportxnc.com is definitely the best way to get to us now. If you want to be a member, we're not suggesting that you have to be a member because we're servicing everybody. But if you want to be a member, there's a place for you to sign up to get as soon as we're doing it. You'll be the first to have access to us.
And just to clarify, you said the expected opening date, fourth quarter of this year.
We're hoping to get open before Thanksgiving. Every day it rains puts us back 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we had 6 inches of rain in 2 weeks, and it just crushed us.
Well, I know you're going to get open soon. It's going to happen. We're going to do the anti-rain dances with you so you can stay on schedule. Well, again, Bill, thank you so much for joining us and coming in to talk about this amazing project.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me in.
All right. Well, we have Alyssa Anderson, guest host here today to help me talk about all of the great things that we have upcoming in our community. So many events in Mooresville, especially summer. Summer is like event season in Mooresville. So much to do. September is going to be, I mean, just jam packed with things to do. The next, which I would say next opportunity, which is September 5th, Rock the Park. So we've been hosting the Rock the Park Summer Concert Series at Liberty Park since the grand reopening. I would say about 5 years now.
5 years, yeah.
5 years. Super popular series. We have just a mix of different genres, and we feel like you really can't have summer without Jimmy Buffett. I mean, Jimmy's like a staple of summer.
It is,
So we're going to end the Rock the Park concert series this year with Jimmy Buffett, and that's on September 5th. So you can come out to Liberty Park. You can enjoy food trucks and breweries and just the best Jimmy Buffett experience you can have without Jimmy Buffett actually being there.
Yeah. I would say so.
You can always find out, parking information, where to go, any, prohibited items at mooresvilleevents.com. Yes. Alyssa, you keep that website updated.
Yes, we do. Yes, Morgan and I do, yes.
Yes, and we, so after September 5th, we have a, probably the biggest thing that the Experience and Engagement team puts on all year. It's September 13th, and that's the Bands, Brews, and Barbecue Festival.
Yeah.
Third annual.
I
know. I'm so excited.
It's going to be so much fun.
So at the Bands, Brews, and Barbecue Festival, you can expect over 20 barbecue food trucks.
Yeah.
And these are the best barbecue food trucks in the Carolinas. They really, they have a great piece of barbecue that you can eat.
And the best part for me for that is, like, I'm not necessarily a barbecue fan.
Yeah.
So we do have a couple of food trucks that aren't primarily barbecue, but they have a barbecue option on their truck.
Yes.
So, like, maybe it's a taco truck, but they'll have a barbecue taco. And that I will eat. That sounds good.
Yeah. And that's a good thing to point out, because not everyone likes barbecue. So just, there will be other things other than barbecue
and
at the festival. So we won't force you to eat barbecue.
Yeah.
Yes, and dessert trucks. We also have our amazing breweries in Mooresville. They all come out. They show out and support us. They'll be there having, you can sample some great IPAs and all the different things. There's also a special brew that will be on sale, and proceeds will go to support the U.S. Olympic bobsled athletes and skeleton crew. Now, why, you may ask, what tie does Mooresville have with the U.S. Olympic bobsled and skeleton teams? Well, let me tell you.
DeBotech.
The reason is, DeBotech, our presenting sponsor of the Bands, Brews, and Barbecue Festival, actually makes and manufactures right here in Mooresville the U.S. Olympic bobsleds for Team USA. How cool is that? And they are so supportive of this event every year, and they actually bring out some athletes to do a meet and greet. So you'll be able to meet some of the athletes that were or are on the team. You'll be able to have a cool photo op in the actual bobsled.
Yes, you can get in it.
Yep. And you can buy beer that supports them. And then we have a wonderful family fun zone area that will have a Ferris wheel and rides and games and attractions and all the things, which is presented by Piedmont Healthcare. They always do an amazing job. We are so grateful to our sponsors for this event. They really, keep us being able to offer this as a free event to the community. So we always want to make sure that we give them a shout out, and many of them will be on site, and they'll be having all the swag.
Yes.
All the swag at the sponsor tent. So you got to stop by. But yes, definitely come out and join us September 13th. And you can find out more information at mooresvilleevents.com. Now, also in September, I feel like it keeps going. September 30th is the Mooresville Motorsports Celebration. Mooresville Motorsports Celebration is a partnership between the town of Mooresville, Visit Mooresville, and the North Carolina Auto Racing Hall of Fame. The North Carolina Auto Racing Hall of Fame inducts two new members into the Walk of Fame on Main Street every year. This year's inductees will be, drumroll, Greg Biffle and Ryan Newman.
Exciting.
I know. We're excited. They're two big names that are going to be added to that Walk of Fame this year, right on Main Street. You can come out on September 30th between 4 and 7 p.m. You can see them inducted. You can meet them. There's a ceremony that starts at 5 o'clock, but we're also going to have some food trucks and
A car show.
a car show, a classic car show with some racing themed activities. So if you want to sign up for the car show, you can go to mooresvilleevents.com. If you have a classic car that you want to put in the show and bring on out that day and help support our new inductees, you can do that. And you can also, find out all the info at mooresvilleevents.com. So that takes care of September. We're up to September 30th.
Can I just interject something real quick?
Of course.
The reason that you guys can do all these things is because you do such a great job at every single event you do.
Thank you.
Well, that's why your sponsors keep coming back. That's why all these people you guys had over 10,000 people showing up at events in Mooresville, North Carolina. That only occurs because the events are consistently wonderful.
Well, thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
We try to think about the experience of people attending, and we want to make sure that, they're having fun. And this is really about quality of life for the residents that live here. And we want to keep making sure that, they have a wonderful stay here in Mooresville. So I definitely want to mention the big thing that we have happening on October 16th.
Yeah.
So we have the opportunity for the third year in a row to host the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It's going to be at the Mooresville Performing Arts Center. We have partnered with the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame, who has a brick and mortar in Kannapolis, North Carolina. They have displayed, you might be able to see guitars that they played. This was their first guitar, or, any memorabilia. People don't understand, I think, sometimes the level of talent that we have coming out of our state of North Carolina. Nina Simone was here. We'll induct different genres. They always have a good mix of genres. Dexter Romweber will be inducted this year. Chatty Hattie was the first Black radio DJ in Charlotte. And, multi-platinum recording artist Luke Combs, who's going to be inducted this year. So lots of great talent lineup. So you can get tickets for that. It is sold out right now. However, there will be one final ticket drop coming up in the next few weeks. So you've got to look at our Facebook page. You can go to NorthCarolinaMusicHallOfFame.org. They also have a Facebook page, North Carolina Music Hall of Fame, and then the Mooresville events page will be posting information about it. That you can get those final ticket drops if you want to come out and join us for that evening. So lots of things going on, but of course you can always go to mooresvilleevents.com to learn all of that. Now, I have to give a shout out for our Mooresville PD. So Mooresville PD is always so supportive of our events, and they wanted me to mention that they are hiring. You can go to mooresvillenc.gov to search job opportunities, but just a couple highlights here. The salaries are starting at about just over $53,000, although it does increase to $59,000 once you have been sworn in. So really that range is $59,000 to $100,000. Really, the salary is based on prior experience and education. You will be able to take advantage of extra and off-duty opportunities for overtime, and those rates are at $50 plus an hour. There's certification incentives, so if you have training, you can get additional pay there. Longevity pay, that's anywhere between $250 and $2,000, depending on years of service. Tons of great benefits and salary. Of course, there's 401k and insurance and all the things, tuition reimbursement, paid holidays. The list is endless. We would love for you to join the Mooresville Police Department team. You do have to be a U.S. citizen, be at least 20 years of age, have a high school diploma or GED. But you can go to mooresvillenc.gov and search those job opportunities. You can also email mpdrecruiting@mooresvillenc.gov if you have questions. We'd love for you to join the team. We'd love to get to work with you at these wonderful events. We could not pull them off without the Mooresville Police Department. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Thank you, Bill. We've had a great conversation. Everyone have a great week. We hope to see you at some of these events in September. All right, we'll see you next week on Heart Mooresville.
Serving you better than ever before.